Yes, it's true. Your life is like a train. Let's look at the cognitive car of your train. This train is moving successfully down the tracks, right? All cars are working together. They're each pulling their share of the load. And that's very much what we want in the cars of our life. Each of us have six cars in the train of our life, just like these six here. And so what we want to do is make sure that they're healthy and they're working at fully operational state, right? And they're each pulling their share of the load. And when they're all on the same track and they're all moving in the same direction, then they help us achieve what we want to achieve, our goals, our dreams. They help us do those things. But sometimes when we have a particular car that's off track and we're not checking it or we're not assessing it or we're not taking care of it, like that car that you've seen on previous posts that's in such disrepair, well, if we're not taking care of each of the cars, they'll fall into disrepair. And instead of being helpful, they'll become a burden to helping us. They'll become a burden to us achieving what we want to achieve. Today, we're going to look at your cognitive car. When we talked last time, I talked to you about research on happiness, and truly there is research on happiness. But today I want to speak specifically to four of the core things that we know that make people happier, that make them more fulfilled relative to their cognitive and mental health. One of those is cultivating gratitude, finding things that you can be grateful for, finding the silver lining. When you're at a holiday event or you're with people that you don't particularly love being around, finding something that you can get in a conversation about and be grateful for. Look how great this was. Finding that positive thing, listening to people and thanking them for who they are in your life, showing appreciation to them and communicating that. So often it's the people closest to us that we cultivate the least. And so cultivating gratitude in the people and things in our lives, finding those positives. The second thing here is serving others. One of the tricks that I learned this year was if you're at a party or an event and you want to eat and you shouldn't eat, right? Because the food that's available is not on your health plan or your food plan, or you've already eaten all of your food and so you shouldn't have any more, is to get up and serve others. Get busy serving somebody. Clean the table, go load the dishwasher, walk the dog, um, listen to people. Sometimes the greatest act of service that we can provide to people is just being genuinely interested in them and listening, serving them through listening. So finding an opportunity to really serve people, volunteering in your life, really critical and one of the key elements of serving others. Having hobbies or social connections. Notice this is not just having social connections, but having social connections with a purpose, right? A connection. You're going to learn a foreign language, right? Or you're going to learn to tap dance, or whatever you want to do. You collect stamps, or you do woodwork, or you're one of those amazing bakers and you found your sweet spot in 2020. Whatever it is, having a social framework, a social connection that's tied to that purpose or that hobby. I love to learn just about anything on just a number of topics. So I'm always cultivating connections, social connections with people that I want to learn from because they intrigue me and I want to learn more about them, and I'll ask questions or let them teach me sometimes. And then number four is to practice optimism. And optimism is just a little bit different. I want to read the definition and I'm going to share the link here for you in just a minute. Optimism is a mental attitude characterized by hope and confidence in success and a positive future. I think that definition is so important because it's really about, yeah, I see all the potholes in the road. And yes, I see all the negative, and I see this over here, and yes, this is my reality here, and this is my reality here, but it's my reality now. It doesn't have to be my reality tomorrow, or a month from now, or 2 months from now. I can overcome this, and I will overcome it. Not all of them at one time, but I can get beyond this. This is just where my life is, not who I am in my life. Those are very different things. And I think sometimes it's really important when we're feeling not so great about our own lives or the current state of our own lives, when we meet new people and they ask us about ourselves, to say, this is not who I am that I'm telling you about, this is where I am. Who I am is different. And that's going to allow them to ask a question, and then you get to talk about who you are and how that's going to be manifested in your life. And that is, gosh, that's motivating. That's exciting. That's invigorating. And you will enjoy that, and you'll benefit from that. Your cognitive car will benefit from that. Here's the research that I told you about. You can come back and stop the video later if you'd like to. We've created a resource for you. It's totally free. You can click on the link in the post and download this to take a health assessment of each of the 6 cars on your train. Which of your cars are stronger? Where do you have opportunities to improve a car? Because trust me, if 2 cars are weak, they are negatively impacting the other 4. So you want to know that so you can start putting some practices in place to improve your weaker cars so that all 6 of your cars are healthy and strong, linked on the tracks together and pulling you toward the direction that you want. All you need to do is click on the link, and you'll be able to do that very successfully and download the resource. It'll take you a little time to go through and do an assessment of all 6 cars, but you want to do that so that you can figure out how you need to improve yourself and your life in order to achieve what you want to achieve in 2021. I've also included my email address. If you have any questions or need help, feel free to let me know. I look forward to hearing about your success in 2021. Until next time.